This is probably going to be the most useless video I've ever made, but due to popular demand, the question that I get asked constantly is, how do I identify a dismissive avoidant? Because I keep on connecting with them. I just don't want to do it anymore. Now, you're going to have to wait to the end to find out why it's useless, but it's going to be worth the wait, so just stick around and I'll let you know. The first is with messaging. Text messaging seems to be the predominant way we're meeting people with dating apps and things these days. They'll make you wait. They will give you a lot less than you're prepared to give to them, word-wise. Just keep an eye out for that space at 5-10 minutes between messages that leaves you thinking, okay, maybe I need to get their attention. They don't care. They do not care whether they have your attention or not, because for them, it's far more comfortable to leave a big gap between messages. There's a reason for that. And it's to do with their emotional overwhelm, even at the smallest level. Small talk is boring as batshit for them. So if you want to engage a dismissive avoidant, obviously be interesting. But nonetheless, they're still going to make you wait. The next thing is their relationships. Their relationships with their parents are not going to be good. Their relationships with their parents would have been either abusive, neglectful, or it would have involved some level of abandonment. Ask those questions. That will be a giveaway in itself. They won't get on. Also, you may find that they pursue after their parents' validation, even after those kinds of experiences. You can break down the reasons for that psychologically. There's no reason for it in this video. The next relationship to be aware of is their past romantic relationships and how they ended. Look out for some kind of volatility where they were just weak and they couldn't cope with me, and it was just, too much, and they tried to smother me. If they're making those kinds of statements, that's an absolute dead giveaway. Now, if it's a female, they're going to be predominantly connected to male friends. The reason for that is because within a relationship, they tend to become the masculine partner and don't have an opportunity to be effeminate. They find it much more comfortable around friends to be effeminate because they don't have an emotional bond to that extent where they feel as if they're threatened in any way as a trigger to their past. Let's not get into that right now. Of course, the same is true for the opposite. If it's a male, then most of their friends will be female, and we don't need to go into that. So bottom line, just look out for that. What way do they connect predominantly with friends? They'll be very driven, career-focused, goal-oriented, and I tell you what, that's not a bad thing. That's something we can aspire to. And looking for the way a dismissive avoidant is prepared to focus and able to put things aside. Occasionally they do put things that are important aside, like other people's needs and feelings, but they don't know they're doing that. They'll be amazingly good at focusing on what is right for them into the future, which ironically is something that the type of partner they'd attract isn't so good at. They tend to throw everything aside in favour of the partner. A dismissive won't do that. The last thing, before I tell you why all of this is useless, is nonchalance. They'll play things down. Anything that they value a lot, they will tend to play it down and belittle just a little, because in the past their model has been that anything that has been important to them has been weaponized against them as a vulnerability. They'll do that especially with your connection to them too. They will not want to define that. They would prefer to be with you in a situationship and not have it defined. There's multiple reasons for that, but look out for that one. It's a big one. Now, finally, the reason why this is all useless is because it doesn't matter at all if you can identify all of these things. If you are attracting them and they are attracting you to each other, as insecure tends to draw towards insecure of various different types, it won't make it any difference at all. If you can identify it, you're still going to want them and you're still going to find them drawn to you. When you're able to really find out what your insecurities are and deal with those and begin to grow, then being able to hold space for a more secure, attached person as a potential partner is going to be a much better choice for you. So I'd be less concerned with trying to avoid an avoidant, more concerned with trying to deal with your insecurities so that you can have a better relationship with yourself and then therefore be able to attract higher value yourself.